Hi everyone, welcome back to my crafty desk. My name is Sandra and today we're going to do a flip through of the Birdie Journal. Yay, it's done, I'm so excited. Now this has already been sent off by the time you've seen this and hopefully the recipient has already received it. Never know when it's going to get to where its destination. So we'll go ahead, it's fat, it's a chubby. So I'm going to start off with the beginning here. Most of this journal we've done, or I guess quite a bit of it we've done together, but not all of it, and it was definitely started before I started my YouTube channel. So to do this, so I'll go ahead and let you know that this was created from recycling a card. This is a greeting card, like a Christmas card, and that I just added papers and different things to it. It's a single signature. It was never meant to be a little journal, but it turned out to be that, so it's really fluffy. And and the front pocket is a little tight fitting because of that. So this front pocket on this greeting card was actually inspired by Treasure Books. I think that's her channel. I will link it in the description to make sure I get it correctly for you. If you have not seen her channel, pardon the glue and the inky fingers. If you have not seen her channel, I highly recommend her. I love her stuff. She's fun and she's engaging and she is so talented. She shares so much. She's just got a beautiful soul. So I will definitely link her in the description. Her name is Natasha. So I put just a little jewelry dangle here. I added a little heart to the bottom of it, put it on a safety pin, and then I just folded that fabric up on the top there and put it in. Like I said, it's pretty fluffy. I stitched around the outside of it before I added the signature in there, and then after the signature I put this crocheted trim on there, and I'm pretty well, this is wider than the stuff you get at the dollar store, so maybe I got that at Walmart or Hobby Lobby. So I'm gonna go ahead and just hold this. Actually, I'm gonna lay it down like this so I can pull this tag out easily and lay it down so I'm not jiggly. So we start off by pulling the card out. This is the journal tag, and it's just got some sewing and some paper to write on, some lace, and it's sewed around here. And this is that Stampin' Up! Paper that I love so much, and I've had it for a while. And I thought this was perfect to use it in this journal. And I just, trimmed it to cut it so that the birds were all inside the heart and then outside the heart looking down. So it's like, how'd you get out? Why aren't you coming? Just kidding. Anyways, so back to the journal. So we'll go ahead and open it up. It'll lay nice. Sorry, we're not going to open it up, but it also sits nice. So like if you want to just set it on just your, on a table or something like that, you absolutely can do that for a shelf. So first page, when we open her up, and she's a little chubby, so the first page here, there's a pocket. It's a double pocket here on the cover page. So this is just my stenciled, coffee dyed stenciled file folder that I use. I'm pretty sure it's a file folder. And it's very thin. Nope, it's index card. I can see the lines now. Oh, this is from the stencil. Goodness gracious. Okay. Then I put a little about this journal, which I also bought off of Etsy. I know I keep saying I'm in the process of making my own, but with all my technical challenging things, I've had to put that on hold. Here's a tag that I made using my Sizzix. I cut it out using those recycled greeting cards. I have so many of them, and then just layering up, and then that little saying is from a DigiKit. And on the back, I did leave it, so a lot of times I'll cover everything, but I thought there's enough page writing space here, and it's kind of nice. So this is actually already recyclable, and then I recycled it again. So clever. All right, and that just goes right in there. On the front pocket here, I just added some little tags all of these I cut out with my Sizzix. It's kind of nice to have your own stuff to pop around. That's just, pretty. So they're all blank on the underside. And then I just did a little layering there. So even if there's nothing in the pocket, she can see that. And then I just put these on this paper clip and clipped them to the outside. And then I just popped this in here for just a little added color. On this side, I made this pocket with some of my copy dyed, stencil dyed, lighter weight cardstock, and then made these little tags to go inside. So this is also a pocket bit back here, and I just put some stationery, just a little piece peeking out. This is, this book belongs to, so some layering, stamping, and that kind of stuff. And then blank on the back, so she can write on the back of her card if she so desires. And that just goes right inside the front there. Some layering, and then more layering. The sentiments do come from a DigiKits, or they're stamped. So this is actually Stamperia paper. This card was actually made, it came in something that I bought, but it was already getting pretty full. So I took this out and thought I'd use it in here. I added some paper on the back to cover up, there's like half a horse left on there, and it was missing the head. So I didn't want just the other half just hanging out. So I put some paper on there, and I just made it a little tuck. It's very thin. But she could put something else back here if she wants, or she can just glue it down. But it just has a little extra secret spot to write. Trimmed this this down and then inked around it. So I did not make this, but I did touch it and add more to it. I changed it a tiny bit. So just a pocket out of that index card, sewing around it, and then layering with a sentiment. This is a stamped, I stamped on, I think this is my typewriter paper. It's so thin and pretty, and I love the way it looks with the inking and that. I'm pretty sure I used Archival's, Ranger's Archival ink pad in the color of coffee. I really like that one. These are some of my fun cards that I have in my stash. And this just says, live the story you want to tell. And then it's just blank on the back. I put an eyelet in there and then tied a bow. And then I just popped it in there. It's just a little belly band. Added some yellow trim there, or lace trim. Here's some more of that paper with some trim, and then another sentiment just right there, just for fun. This is another greeting card that I cut in the shape of a tag with my Sizzix, and then I used it to make a tuck spot. And then this actually came out of the birthday cards that I made for all the kids this year. They all have these. I had to cut these big circles out with the or ovals with my Sizzix, and I wanted to they're obviously still good to use, so I layered up on there, and keeping with the bird theme kind of, and a couple butterflies here and there. There's a little piece right there, and then this just says make a wish. Isn't that sweet? And then this is just layering. This is from a magazine. This actually came to me in something from someone else, and it looks like it's a printed image, so I ripped around it, inked it, and then glued it down. I wanted to share that. I thought it went well in this book. Here is an index or a journal card that I made. That's a stamp. Enjoy the simple moments. This is vintage wallpaper that's on there, and some more collaging. And then this is a side cluster tuck thing, and then I just added a cute little bow to cover up the staple, and then it's just simple, sweet and simple. Some lace on the back just to kind of cover up that part back there, and also to add some interest. And then I have the paper pad, Stampin' Up paper up back here. And then on top of coffee dyed, stencil coffee dyed, here's another little greeting card. And I just sewed a little booklet inside of it, just a little extra. And then I know the story begins and it's way back here, but that's okay. It could be wherever it wants. Maybe the story began back here. And then the front on this, I added another little pocket. This is a stamped image, and I love this one. This is from Stampin' Up. I don't know what stamp set it is, but next time you think of wonderful things, don't forget to count yourself. And I love that. I try to put that everywhere for anybody if I could think of it. And then another little stamp. Oh, I got turned around. Did you smile today? And then this is from one of my Louise Hay calendars that I had, and I just save all the sayings. I trust life. I know that it brings me everything I need at the perfect time in the perfect way. Isn't that sweet? I love it. You know, just gotta trust, I guess, every now and then, right? Okay, and it does go in that pocket, and then I'll stick that back there. That's just for color and fun. I made a pocket here with some of the papers that we're using in this pad, and I get that glue goober off there. And then these tags are collaged using some DigiKits that looks like that I have on hand, and then I sewed around them. And then I used my punches to punch out some shapes, and then inked around them, and then more DigiKit behind it for layering. And they're just plain on the back with the coffee dye, just for journaling space, wish making space, journaling space, whatever. those are just there. Here's a paper doily that I lightly copy dyed. Another stamped sentiment, ripped and inked. A cluster that I made with some laces and tulle and crochet. This is from a DigiKit. No, this is from a paper pad. And then I made a belly band with this really beautiful lace doily. I don't know what it's called. It's a trim. It's something. It's gorgeous. And then I used my index card, the one I used, I think this is on a pan. Nope, this is actually a stencil that I used when I copy dyed. And then some napkin that's glued on there. This one I did the glue stick down, and then I put the napkin on, and it gives it a different texture, and you also don't get the rippled look that you get with using a more wet medium like Mod Podge. So then I just did some washi tape to decorate on this side to kind of bring it into this side. This is from a DigiKit, and then I just layered it on top of some book page and on top of a photo card that was inked with alcohol inks by my friend Robin, and she gave me a whole bunch of those, and I've been using them everywhere I can to be backgrounds for things because they're gorgeous. And then here's a poem that I really like. I couldn't fit the maker on there, so I put it on the back. But I just, you know, inked and used one of those solid, no lined, what's it called, an index card. And then just put some washi tape on there for some added look. Just blank page to write on, if she can get past the little glue spots. This was in that same thing where that bird, hope is the feather that reminds me I have wings, and I really liked it. And this is her copy staining, the gal that I had gotten my journal from, but I put this in here. It went with this journal, so I just cut it, inked it around the edges a little bit, added some polka dot lacy curtain behind it, and then put it on the scrapbooking paper, stamped the back, and I did a light stencil back there. Made another pocket right here with the Stampin' Up paper, and then here's one of our little things that we made on a video, putting, you know, words on, just layering things up for like little pieces. We can make whatever we want with them. I think we did paper clips, so altered paper clips. This is a guest check, which I put some ruffles, some blue ruffle up there. I took the rest of this little doily thingy that I tore and used someplace else. I put it there, and then I just did a stamped image on paper and then layered it up. And then there's just writing space on the back. And that's on my copy dyed paper there. Isn't that beautiful? Oh, I just love it. I love this copy dye. I love the way this looks. So another little belly band stamped image. I must really like that stamp. I put it in here a couple times. So I want to keep reminding her, don't forget, beautiful things. Think of yourself. I don't think she forgets. She's a beautiful soul, so I don't know how she could forget if she does. And then back here's the little belly band and the little envelope that I made with my envelope maker. I didn't seal it. When you open it up, there's a little surprise, a little sentiment there. Just something fun. Let's go this way. And then a little piece of paper that I just folded in half that matches, and then to write, to put any kind of writing she wants on that. Whoops, come on. It's all work together here. Fingers, hands, and brain. Okay. And this is just some of my stationery, and then I just, again, just kind of washi taped on both sides just to kind of tie them together. Journaling space, fuzz. I'll try to keep all the fuzz at home. This is some really pretty linen stationery. I just love it. This is the one I like to use with my avocado dyeing. I just love that texture when it comes through. Stampin' Up papers, stamp that I have of a stamped image. I got these stamps off of Amazon. I think I talked about them in a previous video. So this is a tag that I made. It's so cute. I love it. And then I put the stamped thing up there. A true friend is someone who reaches for your hand and touches your heart. So, and then just did some layering up down here, just so make sure the girls aren't floating around you know, give them a little grounding. And then I just layered back here with a little bit of ribbon just to cover the back of that, and that's cute. So cute, cute, cute. And then a bow. I just tied a bow on there with some threads, and then put a couple little friendship knots down on the tails. Cute little tag that I use my Sizzix with, and it's just plain and simple. It's just tucked in there to do whatever she wants to do. Here's the middle piece, and I cut them off because the tails, because I did not like the look of them coming out, and it's so silly. I wanted to put dangles on there, that's why they were so long, but I sewed this down low instead of in the middle. If this was up in the middle, those my last knot would have been not inside the book. Does that make sense? And then the tails wouldn't be so, nothing would be all hindered together. I didn't like it. It was driving me crazy. So I cut them and sealed this up. Here's the card that I made that goes inside. She loved herself first. Isn't that pretty? And then just some of that little edging up there using my stencil copy dyed index cards. I made so many of them, so I'm trying to use them. It's so much fun to make everything, but then you got to use it, right? And then over here, another little double, which I didn't tell you. So I used the Stampin' Up! Paper pad. I got glue all over my finger. It's driving me crazy. Double little, what is that called? A crescent. So here's another one of those ovals from the kids' birthday cards. And I just did some inking on the back. I took another image from the greeting card, and this same greeting card, I've had a couple of them, and I liked all the photos. So there's a couple of different spots in here that have the same greeting card, but just in different ways that I've cut out with my Sizzix Big Shot. So I just made a little pocket, and then I just put that another little thing there. So I like to kind of keep some of them loose so that she can either just leave them like that, or she can put them on another page or on something. I don't know. And then there's another one there. I just tucked that one in there. Okay, some more journaling space, and then this one, I have some washi right there, and then when you turn the page, it's up here on this page. And then this is a bag, a decoupage bag, glassine bag, and I bought these from a gal on Etsy, and I cannot remember who it was, but if you search decoupage glassine bags, people will pop up, and I just really like these. And I don't have this size of a bag. I mean, I can cut mine down and make them, or I can make my own bags, but who has time for that? I need to just buy them the way they are. So anyhow, this is all that. And so what I did is I added, so I did some layering. So I added some texture back here, and then I put another piece that I got from a DigiKit. I added that, and I did some washi tape on here for decoration and stability to keep the bag on there. And then I made a little tag that goes behind it. So there's a tag there, and then there's a tag or a journal card on the inside. So and there's that saying again. So it's funny, you know, there's just certain things I think about when I'm making certain things. So there's a lot of stuff in here. Here's the heart that kind of that say the same things, but I think it's okay. So this is a double layered tag that I made with scrapbooking paper, and then I took the heart from the front that I cut out, and I made a little pocket. And then just put a cute little tag in there. And then, I added that up there just to kind of tie in. I guess I should have showed you that. To tie in, see, just kind of giving them some, you know, I can't even think of the word. So that they kind of go together. And then I just made a cute little tag. And this actually was one of the leftover tags from the Easter stuff that is put on hold. They'll be getting Easter at the end of the month instead of, but that's okay. And then I just put a little butterfly out of my stash. And I think I bought these butterflies, a pack of them from the dollar store. So just simple. I did the hole reinforcers, and I just inked them up with my vintage photo and then tied a bow on there. And then I'm just putting it there so that the butterfly wings kind of pop out. Like so. And then over here, another one of those envelope things with the belly band using the scrapbooking paper and washi tape. And then, this one doesn't have a sentiment. This one does not have a secret saying. So I guess I'll just put that there. Secret, so I need a secret saying on that one. I'm gonna leave that open like that so I don't forget. This is some more the rest on the other side of that copy dyed paper, and then I just stamped with that archival ink pad in the color of coffee. Another one of those stamped sentiments, and then I did some stamping on here. And then, so she did. I know that's from Calico Collage. It's funny that some things just really pop out. You know, I remember who I got them from. This is just some blank pages to write on, and they are, I'm going to call it auspicious because it's upside down. That's okay, right? It's a junk journal. I'm using all my junks. This is a greeting card that I use my Big Shot Zigzags on, and then I just layered up with a little saying there and left the other side just blank to journal on. And then made a belly band here. I stamped on the back side of this white paper, and then I sewed tracing paper on it, so you can still see it. You can actually write even on here too, little secrets. And then of course that goes in there. And then this is some more of that card that I said I got bits and pieces of it other places. So here's some more of it. I made these little tags. I put some little eyelets in there, and then I just linked them together with some jump rings and a bulb pin, just for some added fun. You know, it's all about fun. And then here's those friends. They grown up and they're still friends, I think. And then there's a little label there, and this opens up to be a little writing tool thing. Writing tool. A little flip out writing. Oh my goodness. This is from Tim Holtz. This is from the wallpaper collection. And then I just did some layering behind it. This is a pocket. Nope, this is like a tuck. It's like a tuck pocket. It's double. So I just used some paper doily, and I backed it onto some card and inked it up. And actually, this is a secret, so I'll share my secret with you. I was doing that for something else, and I thought it did not come out the way I thought in my mind. And so I tossed it, and then I grabbed it out of there when I was cleaning up, and then I tossed it. And anyways, I did that quite a few times, and then finally I thought, you know what? I can just use it to make a pocket and layer. Duh. So that's what I did, and I like it like this, and then added that little trim right here. So these are cards that I it's just collaging on, and then cut them out. This is like a master board. I collage this big old thing, and then I cut them out, and I thought the colors worked well in here, and then I just layered up and then sewed around it, and I had my copy die on the back. So there's one in the back here, and we can pull that up like that. And then there's one here in the front, and with an open label so she can do whatever she wants, or do nothing at all. More stamping. Here's a cute pocket. Oh, here's another one of those laces I was talking about where I like to thread the satin ribbons in. Isn't that so cute? Sometimes I leave a bow, but I really like that. And I think this is 2 pieces. This was down first, and then I put, or is that 1 piece? I can't remember, and I don't want to tear it up. I think it's 2 different pieces that I used, and then I put some rickrack here, and that's actually layered on top of this. And there's just a nice little fabric and paper. It's like a paper on top of fabric. So one of my fun little cards, and I know I say I touch everything, but there's really not a lot I can do to this, but I did round the edges, so I did touch it. And then here's another one of those envelopes with some more paper that I just tore and inked out of my stationery, and I also did some stenciling on the inside. So now, the reason why I leave these open is because all this is writing space as well. And if somebody doesn't want it to be writing space, they can absolutely seal it up. But I gave them the option to have it either way. I didn't, whoops, and this goes this way. And then I just put this little card right here on the front, brighten it up. This is an altered paper clip, just layered up. It's pretty thick, so I mean, I don't know that she might not keep it in this book, but it's a pretty thick one. And underneath it is, I just put a journaling card here. Whoops, I tried to glue it, looks like. And I just rounded the edges and then inked it. And then I put another card here, love today, and then a note from me on the back. So sometimes, you know, sometimes you don't find the notes until you look through the journal. I've done that with other ones that this is one of those ones where I did the back and the front. I will say, I do like them. However, I find it not always easy to find where I slip them in at, especially if I'm doing it on video because I'm at an odd angle. So Goodness, goodness, goodness. Okay, where is my slipper? Or slipping in edge, there it is. Okay, I got it in there. So I'm just gonna, and I want it to be over there. So I want this right there. I mean, I placed it specifically where I wanted it, right? Remember this, and then she reads this card. That's kind of how it goes. Remember this, love today, and then you read the back. And then it's just fun, bright colors back there. This is also this is a greeting card. And it has the cardinal on there, so, but, I mean, like, it's got spring blossoms. So, yeah, that's the cardinal, isn't it? Or is it something else? I don't know. This is from my stationery pack, so I actually didn't do anything to it. I just left it as is. Isn't that cool? I love these. Love them. I just love them. Have I already said that? And then here's some more of one of my notebooks that I picked up that I love the paper. So I just folded that and put that in there and just tucked it in here for some journaling space. So get that little bird out, and that just kind of brightened up that page. And then I put some more of the yellow lace trim there. And now this is just flat. I just did that glue technique, and then I used some curtain that I cut this piece out of it, and then I did some more of that rickrack just to kind of blend it through the book. It's all writing space. And then the back here is, I had something in here too. My gosh, I must have been in a hurry to do this. So another one of my journal cards. I just stamped Cherish up there. This is that glue technique. I sewed some bows on there. This is my coffee die, stencil die, index card, and that little label right there. And so I also need to put a little something in this side, so maybe I'll just remember that, right like that. And then we close her up, and there she sits. So I don't know that I'm gonna put a tie on this, because I don't think it would ever be tied anyways. I think I'm gonna go as is, and I'll just package it up nicely, and it will sit in there, because it sits nice like this, and it sits nice opened up if you wanted to open it up. And it also sits nice on the counter. Well, let me get these things down, or anywhere on a table or a counter. It's not gonna wreck it. So there you go. There's the journal flip through of the Birdie Journal, or the Pretty Birdie Journal. And it's gonna be, it's leaving. Goodbye. Thanks for hanging out with me today and watching the flip through. I hope you enjoyed it. And as always, thank you so much for your continued support of commenting, liking, and subscribing to my channel. I really appreciate it. Please, if you find value in what I'm doing, share me with your friends or that you think might also enjoy it. And I will link Natasha from Treasure Books in the description box, so you can check out how she did this if you are interested in doing it, because it is so fun. I did 33 of them, well 35, because I did this in the Pretty Purple Journal also. So with all that, I would just like to say have a very happy crafty day, and see you in the next video. Bye, friends.